Hey guys, I'm Rob. Welcome to Open Fab Stuff. Today, if you couldn't guess, we have the Armory deck of Dash. Uh, Last week, we got the announcement for the Armory deck Origins for Jarl. So, I will obviously be doing an opening on that one. I'm actually very excited to see ice cards come back uh, to the meta of Flesh and Blood. They kind of got pushed out of the way due to Icelander, going to Living Legends. So it'll be nice to see the meta shake up with that deck entering. Now, that deck being announced just brings further questions to me, though. You know, but we'll get into that once we cross that bridge. Anyways, today is a Dash day, so apparently this deck has some stuff in it that's gonna make Dash bust it. Like the best aggro deck, like better than KO, from what I'm hearing. Numerous places. Not entirely sure. I guess time will tell, right? The battle hardened, the pro tours, you know, the tournament results will show if it's good enough. So at that point, yep, I did buy this at an LGS, my local game store. Um, I'm always a firm believer if they're not gouging you and they're selling it for the same price as online, you should always shop small. Shop at the local game store near you, if you have one near you. So with that said, let's take a look at this. So this says, engineer groundbreaking inventions, then crank them up and blast your opponents to bits at an Armory event near you. The darling of the city of tomorrow, Dash, always has an eye to the future. Use her hero ability to see the top card of your deck and engineer your game plan to precision. When the whole is greater than the sum of its parts, Data Doll's unmatched processing power, integrated with Dash's extraordinary ingenuity, allows you to construct groundbreaking technology at an instant. Contains a complete 60 card classic constructed deck, plus a weapon and equipment for Dash IO, which was the hero from Bright Lights. For an additional support to customize your Dash IO deck and Bright Light boosters. So, let's get into this. As we know from the last opening, they stopped doing away with the cellophane around these decks. Guess they're just trying to get cut costs down. And as we see, yep, it's just like the last one, just white. Just a white cardboard box surrounding it, which is fine. I have suggestions of clever things that LSS, the production company, can do with these to make them a little bit more recyclable friendly. Why don't you print a resource, a resource counter on these, like a punch out, Um, some of us more established players probably would never use it, but maybe a new player would, who knows, right? Or maybe, instead of this, have a fold up cardboard box, that you can put your brand new CC deck in, if you're very new to the game. So we'll read this in case people are unaware. Dash IO. You may look at the top card of your deck at any time. Once per turn, you may play a mechanologist item which costs 0 or 1 from the top of your deck, as that was an instant, and it costs an additional to play. Now, it has to be 0 or 1. Can't be any more than that. And you start off with 36 life, 4 intellect. I don't know of any heroes in the game yet that have more than 4 or less than 4 intellect. I'll be interested to see going forward if that ever changes. It looks like we got a rainbow foil, heavy industry surveillance, which is the headpiece. Pretty cool. When this defends, you may banish the top card of your deck. If it's a Mechnologist card, this gets +1 defense and it's temper. Yep, And obviously, usually when you're playing these type of decks, all your cards are dash, so you're always gonna hit on that. You're always gonna proc on that. So put that right there. And then we have a Rainbow Foil, Fast and Furious. This is a brand new card as well from this deck box. It costs 0. It's a red pitch. It's majestic. 3 attack, 3 block, boost. If you crank to this turn, this gets +1, so it turns a 4. It's a break point. When this is banished from boosting, so if if you hit it off of another boost card, put a steam counter on an item you control with crank. That's pretty cool. Set that there, and then we have, and I apologize in advance if I mispronounce any of the names of these cards. These are obviously newer cards. Cerebellum Processor. Don't know if I'm saying that right. It's a blue pitch for 0. It's an item. It's crank. This enters the arena with 2 steam counters. At the start of your turn, destroy this unless you remove a steam counter from it. Once per turn, you can pay 0 to draw a card. Seems good to me. I don't know. Drawing cards is always good, especially on your heavy aggressive turns. Rainbow Foil, Heavy Industry Gear Shift. This is the legs. This has Battle Worn, not Temper. Action, destroy this. Banish the top 2 cards of your deck. Gain 1 action point for each mechanologist card. Banish this way. Interesting. So, this basically... so this is a one-time thing, obviously. But that's pretty cool. Pretty good. Heavy Industry Ramp Stop. The arms piece. Temper. 1... If it defends, you may pay a resource. If you do, this gets +1 defense until end of turn. I love the artwork. I don't know, just that punk rock, that steampunk style. Love it. And then here we go. Here's the power plant, which is the chest piece. 2 block with temper. You can pay a resource and destroy it. Whenever you boost this turn, you gain a resource. Go again. Wow. So imagine on like a high octane turn you do this. Ooh. So you're like daisy chaining cards, gaining action points and resources. Wow. So with the gun, with the pistol, that's a pretty deadly combo right there. Woo. Because then you can be like, shoot for 2, shoot for 2, shoot for 2, shoot for 2. That's gnarly. And then we saw that. That's the hero. Here's the full art for Dash. It looks cool. And this little QR, I'm not sure exactly what they are for. It probably just tells a backstory or something. Now this is something. Now here we go. Now here's something, right? This is something close to what we were talking about before. These are steam counters. These are all perforated, so you can rip these out. We've seen these before in packs with the tokens. Steam counters, and you have -1s for the equipment. This is great. This is a nice addition to see that they included this type of thing in the box. It's very relevant for what we have here. And here's the gun, Symbiosis Shot, which is obviously a dash specialization. Action, remove a steam counter from this. Attack for 2. Whenever a mechanologist item enters the arena you control, if it has fewer than 6 steam counters, you may put a steam counter on this. It's so weird, like, you can't have more than 6. And basically, I believe the rest of these cards are reprints from Bright Lights or whatnot, WTR, whatever, whatever sets had mechanologist cards in them. But we'll go through them. I'm not gonna go through the cards. Let's see. I'm not gonna go through I'm not gonna read each and every one card, but we'll quickly go through it. So backup protocol red. This one gets the red Bacchanalist attack card from your graveyard to your hand. Boom grenade. This is the one that deals 4. So the trick is with dash is you sneak this in when like you attack with an attack. They don't block, and once they say no blocks, you go to reactions. You flash this in. So then you're dealing the 4 damage. Like when they pass priority to no reactions, you flash this in. That way you're dealing your full damage from the attack, and then you're doing an additional 4 with the boom grenade. It's pretty wild. It's very wild. And when, especially like when you get like the single digits against dash, you gotta hold on to your butt. Dimension amplifier. This is the one that gives dominate. Yeah, next attack action card. This card is great. It's a one of. This is the one you want, like towards that single digit part of the game. Dissolving Sphere. This is the one that prevents damage. Prevents 1 for the red strip. Yellow Boom Grenade. This does 3. Backup protocol blue. This gets the blue Mechanologist card from your graveyard. The Cerebellium Processors. The 2 non-foils. This is a draw card spell. Steam Canister. You put this on the bottom to put a steam counter on one item with Crank. Fast and Furious. This is the same card we saw in foil. Data Link. This card is from Bright Lights. When it hits, you opt 1. It's a 3 attack for free with boost. Drive through data. I think this was Arcane Rising. I believe so. Don't quote me on that. It's either Arcane Rising or Bright Lights. This hits opt 1. Throttle, the 6/2. This is the one you want to return off the red protocol. 0 to 60, classic. Zipper hit, classic. Maximum velocity, 10 damage. Sheesh. But you can only play it if you boost it 3 or more times. So you're obviously playing that like when you play a bunch of 0 to 60 stuff. The 0 to 60, zipper hits, data link, expedite. See, and all your cards cost 0, so it's like perfect. You know, it makes it very easy to play the maximum velocity. Now, I did notice that there is no high octanes in this deck. Obviously, that's by design. That's an expensive Majestic. It's a very powerful Majestic. Part of me, thinks that they regret printing cards like that. Maybe. I don't know. Or it definitely feels like that they are toning it down with Go Again, They're making it very class-specific cards that give Go Again. But that's fine. I'm okay with that. I like to see the uniqueness in between different heroes, like in how they play differently. I don't always want to play against a ton of the same thing. So I appreciate that. I appreciate the creativity. I appreciate the dev team for making those changes moving forward. Anywho's, that's the deck. Hope you guys enjoyed. And yeah, look forward to seeing you guys for the Jarl. We'll say Jarl. The Jarl Armory deck opening, and then yeah, whatever set comes out next, we will be opening that as well. All right, guys. See ya. Bye.